Radical Dude here, and today we're going to talk about the difference between direct variation and inverse variation. It should be called indirect variation, but for some reason we call it inverse variation. So let me tell you the difference between the two. Very simply, I'm going to give you an example. Direct variation. As one variable changes, the other one changes proportionally. So an example would be if we're taking a regular job. Let's say you have an hourly job, right? And here we'll put the number of hours worked, and over here we'll put the amount of pay that you've made. Okay, so very simply, if you work 0 hours, you got no money, right? You're not working, you're not making money. Just say you work 1 hour. Now I have to figure out the wages. Let's make it, for simplicity, let's make it $10 an hour. So you're working $10 an hour. In 1 hour, you make $10. In 2 hours, you make $20, right? Nice and simple. In 3 hours, you make $30. It's nice and simple. It's a direct relationship between the hours and the amount of money. Now, how can we write this? Well, you're getting paid $10 an hour. And this variable is X, this variable is Y. So let's see how they're related. Well, the Y is equal to 10X. So whatever amount of hours you put in here, you multiply by 10. So if I work 20 hours, I put the 20 in here, and 10 times 20 is 200. That means you've made $200. Okay? Not bad. Now, this number can change. You might be making $15 an hour or $50 an hour. That number can change depending on the problem, right? So we'll use a letter for it to represent, and the letter we use is K. And K stands for the constant, right? So whatever they decide to pay you, that's your constant. So if you're at $100 an hour, your K is 100. And then you can figure it out from there. Now through this equation right here, we can solve for any of the letters. If I want to solve for K, I divide both sides by X, and I have Y over X equals K. Alright? So both of these are direct. Now, let's talk about inverse variation. Inverse variation is a little bit different. It's going in the reverse. That means an inverse variation, instead of an hourly, would be like a salary. If you have a certain salary, just say you're getting paid $1,000 a week. How much work you put into it doesn't matter. If you put a little bit of work, you're going to it appears that you're making more money per hour. If you put a lot of work in, you're going to make less money per hour, right? You're getting a fixed salary. So an example would be if you're hiring out a band. This will be for indirect variation. Just say we're hiring a band for a wedding, and I only have $200. That's all the money I have budgeted for the band. Okay? $200. Now, if the band splits the money equally, let's assume they're going to split the money equally, I want to find out how much each person gets. So, I have $200, right? Just say only one band member shows up. The band is only one guy, and he's playing his little ukulele. I pay him $200, right? What happens if 2 guys are in the band? Well, if 2 guys are in the band, then each member, assuming they're getting the same amount, would get $100. Right? If it's 4 guys in the band, and I only have $200 to give them, they take the 200 and split it up equally, and each one gets 50. If there are 10 guys in the band, I'm doing a big band, they each get $20. Well, when you look at this, 1 times 200 is 200, 2 times 100 is 200. 4 times 50 is 200. 10 times 20 is 200. So that 200 is the constant. And what have I done? I've multiplied these. So, x times y is 200 in this case. And if you want it for general cases, x times y is k. There you have it. That is indirect. And if you want to solve for y, divide both sides by x, and you have this. And that is indirect variation. So I showed you the difference between the two. This has been Radical Dude, and I hope I was able to teach you something. Thank you.